Let's everyone take a nice seated position. Sitting tall, roll the shoulders up and back. I'm still getting messages. It's all right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's bad enough that we have to stay indoors, but now with the snow, well, it gives us something different at least to go out there and play in the snow a little bit. Be sure to keep those booties on. It's cold out there. Did everyone remember to watch Groundhog Day this year? It's our annual ritual in this house. All right, let's get started. Roll the shoulders up and back. Become aware of the breath. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Brief pause and then exhale. This is a good time to set an intention, either for the practice or the rest of your day. Picking a simple concept like patience, understanding, fun. And it's Friday. We made it through another week. Three more deep breaths. On the next exhale, release the deep breath, returning to a normal breath. We'll begin our practice by taking a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, turning our head to the left. Then inhaling back to center. And exhale to the right. And back to center. Continuing at your own breath. 3 or 4 more times on each side. Working that neck. Just moving the head gently to and fro. Last time on each side. Returning back to center. Now bringing hands to heart center. Press the palms together. And as you inhale, follow your hands up to the sky. On the exhale, follow them down, tucking the chin. Inhale up. And exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Last one we're going to hold. Inhale up. Let's draw the arms up by the ears. Bring the chin level. On the next exhale, let's take that right hand to that left knee. Sweep the left arm behind you. Tuck the tummy. And twist to the left, looking out over the left shoulder. While holding this twist, looking out over the right. 2 more breaths here. On the next exhale, release, coming back to center, then taking the left hand to the right knee, sweeping that right arm behind us, trying to reach for the other side. Tucking the tummy and twisting to the right, looking out over the right shoulder. While holding this twist, looking out over the left. On the next exhale, release, coming back to center, rolling the shoulders up, then back. Inhaling both arms up to the wide V, gather the sun. I don't think we're going to see any sun out there. It's a little overcast for that, but can't tell from in here. On the next inhale, draw the arms up by the ears. On the exhale, forward fold. Some people would call me a pansy. I'm a fair weather person. I'm not a big fan of that snow. Now remember, this is neutral back, so try not to round through the shoulders. On the next inhale, let's walk the hands back up. If your legs are crossed, let's bring the other leg forward. Let's try our continuous crescents. Right arm out to the right, left arm up to the sky. Sitting tall. On the exhale, drawing that left arm across. Going as deep as you like, but staying grounded. Trying to open up through that left side. On the next inhale, drawing that left arm up, followed by the right as you exhale across to the other side. Continue this at your own breath, being mindful of the shoulders. We want to keep them back so we can reach up and over our head. We're not turning our head from side to side. We're keeping the view straight ahead, working just on the sides. A couple more times on each side. Yeah, I gotta turn off the fire. It's a little bit too hot. On the next exhale, doesn't matter what side. Let's pause there. Let's turn our head to that side and down. Opening up the back of the neck. Then inhale up, exhale across to the other side, turning your head now to that side and down. On the next inhale, drawing that left arm up, or arm up, and then exhale, release. Inhale, both arms up to the wide V, gather this time. Draw the elbows back a little bit, chest comes forward, chin's level. On the next inhale, draw the arms up by the ears. On the exhale, forward fold from the hips. Three more breaths here. On the next inhale, walking the hands back up. All right, let's bring the legs out in front, shake out the knees. Ooh, tight this morning. Sitting tall, inhale both arms up to the sky. Now, you may want to soften on this first fold. Let's exhale, forward fold, keep a nice neutral back. Remember, you can always grab your strap. It always works nice. I'm on an effort to try to get, by the end of the year, I want to touch my toes. So I have to really work at getting a little bit more flexible in the low back and the hips. Stretch those hamstrings. I'm only 3 inches away. That's a long 3 inches. On the next exhale, again, soften. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Let's scooch a little bit. Try to get a little bit more length through the spine. Really reach up. And now forward fold. Again, either soft knees or lengthen completely, but don't hyperextend. Don't push the knees down. Each of our bodies have a different geometry. It's been shaped by, for most of us, at least 60 years, maybe longer for some of us. 2 more breaths here. On the next inhale, draw the arms up to the sky. Big stretch. Exhale, press down. Let's come on down to our back, knees bent, feet flat. I don't know, this first time when you're on I'm on a carpet, but I still have my mat. It still feels stiff. So scooch around a little bit, extend both legs long. Let the feet go out naturally out to the sides. And just try to get as comfortable as you can. Scooch around, roll your hips a little bit, and just see what it takes to get an extremely comfortable position, someplace that you could actually be still for a whole 5 minutes. And then I want you to remember this, what it took to do that. Now there's one thing you can try, is bend the knees a little bit. See how that reacts. You come up on the heels of your feet. So you bend your knees a little bit and see how that feels on the low back, right there at the sacrum. And you say, oh, that's so much better. I like that. Remember that. We're going to use it later. So go ahead and extend all the way again. Bring your palms up. Now the purpose of the palms is to bring the shoulder blades underneath your back. So it kind of flattens out a little bit more. Usually feels pretty good. 2 more breaths here. I know it's hard to stay fidget free, but you can do it. On the next inhale, let's go ahead and bend both knees. Separate them about hip distance, but walk the heels in nice and close. We're going to do our hip raises, our bridge poses, so to speak, with movement. You're going to start with your hands down by your side, hips on the floor. And on the next inhale, you're going to press through the heels, raise the hips, and at the same time, bring the arms above your head. On the exhale, slowly lower down again, bring the hips back down to the heels and bring your hands down by the side. Continue this at your own breath, trying to coordinate the movement. With your arms above your head, you'll notice your chest seems to float forward and up a little bit easier. That's what we're aiming for. Try to get a little bit higher, a little bit more open. So continue back and forth. Take your time. Last time. And then coming with the hips down, hands by the sides. Take your arms out away from the body. We're going to try our twist now. Let's go ahead and take those knees to the left, coming up onto the left hip, but keeping the shoulders grounded. Rolling our head to the right at the same time. Then inhaling back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Coming up on the right hip, rolling our head to the left. And inhaling back to center. Again to the left. And back to center. And to the right. And back to center. One more time to the left. And back to center. And last time to the right. And back to center. Let's go ahead and draw both knees into the chest and hug them. Let's go ahead and release that left leg out to the mat. Flex the left foot, press the whole left side into the mat. Reaching behind that right hamstring. Inhaling the right foot up to the sky, pointing and flexing the foot. Drawing a few toe circles in each direction. When that feels complete, coming into stillness. And then on each exhale, trying to draw that big toe forward just a smidgen. Remember your heels trying to reach up as you try to draw that leg forward. 2 more breaths. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and bend that right leg. Bring that right foot in close to that left thigh. Reach up with your left hand to that right knee. And now draw that across to the left, coming into another twist. Right arm out, shoulder height to keep the shoulders down. Maybe roll your head to the right. Notice the difference in this twist from the first one. On the next inhale, let's draw it back to center. And then go ahead and extend that right leg out to the mat, flexing the right foot. Let's go ahead and draw that left knee into the chest and hug it. Then reaching behind that left hamstring, inhale the left foot up to the sky. Again, point and flex that foot several times. Try a few toe circles. I'm trying to get rid of any of that noise in the ankle there. Everything moving again. And when that feels complete, come into stillness. Try to draw that big toe forward just a smidgen on each exhale. Nice and long. Two more breaths. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and bend that leg. Bring that left foot in close to that right thigh. Take the left arm out to shoulder height. Reach up with the right hand to that left knee. Draw it across to the right for a twist to the right. Rolling our head to the left. Again, noticing the difference in the twist. Not all twists are the same. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, drawing the knee back to center, extending that leg out to the mat, inhaling our hands up to the sky, again, working the wrist. I don't know if it was yesterday or Wednesday, not quite sure. I had you do this with the anticipation that we're going to do downward dog, and we didn't. And there was a lot of disappointment. I could just tell in the faces and the sighs, I tell you. So I'll make sure I don't forget today. When that feels complete, go ahead and bring the hands back down by your side. Go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the feet and knees together. We're going to head up to our hands and knees. This is just one way to do it. We're going to take our feet off the mat, cross them at the shins, press the hips back, and voila. Come on up. Then come to your hands and knees. Now, before we get busy here, I want you to come down to your elbows. Turn your palms up. We're going to work on our shoulders a little bit. So your thumbs are on the mat. And the goal here is to press the hips back without the thumbs coming off the mat. So work at your own breath 3 or 4 times. Just inhale forward, exhale, push back. A couple more times. This is a shoulder opening. You can feel that on the top of the shoulders and back. Last time. On the next inhale, let's walk ourselves back up to the hands and knees. Checking to make sure our shoulders are over our wrist, hips are over our knees, tops of the feet are flat. We spread our fingers nice and wide. We're pressing our knuckles into the mat. Nice, sturdy foundation. Let's go ahead and try several cows and cats just to warm up our spine a little bit more. Remembering that for a cow, the tail comes up slightly, stomach softens towards the mat, sternum comes through the shoulder, head comes up looking forward. On the exhale, the tail tucks. You begin to round your back, head comes down, you tuck the chin for cat. Again, continue this at your own breath. Trying to always start from the tail and work your way forward. Takes a little bit more effort to try to train your body to do it that way. It's not that the other way is worse or better or nothing. They're both the same. To me, it takes a little bit of coordination to always do it the same way. One more time in each direction. Returning to a neutral back. Now we're going to try a side plank here. So we're going to go ahead and slide that right leg back over the left. You can see how I'm placing my foot there. And then taking the right hand and bring it up to the sky. Now if you find that your balance is, just take that left foot and kick it out the back a little bit. That will give you a little bit more stability. And then if you say, well, I want more, this is way too easy, let's bring up that right leg. Bring it up to hip high. Oh yeah. We'll make you work. It's all core here. On the exhale, let's bring the arm and the leg down. Bring the hand back, bring the knee back. Very good. We'll try the other side. Slide the left leg back. It's stable, maybe kick out that right foot a little bit. Inhale the left arm up. And voila, you've got a nice side plank here. If you feel it's too easy, you can extend that right leg, it's okay. But we are going to make it a little bit more difficult. Let's take that left leg and bring it up to hip high. So you got a little bit of balancing. A lot of core working here. On the next exhale, let's bring the foot down, bring the knee in, bring the hand back. Very good. Let's go ahead and come down to our elbows. We're going to be setting up for Sphinx Pose once we get down there. So you want your arms parallel, elbows underneath your shoulders, and walk that right foot back, then the left foot back, coming into a low plank. On the next exhale, lower the hips, gently turn over the feet, reach back with your legs, get some length through the spine. Then on the next inhale, drawing through your forearms and your palms, bring that chest forward and up for Sphinx Pose. We're doing a nice back bend. The more you can bring that chest forward and bring that head up, the more you're going to feel that in the low back. Two more breaths. On the next exhale, slide those hands out in front of you. Bring the chin or the forehead down to the mat. Walk those hands out as far as you can. Full body stretch. Just crawl your way with your hands to pull those arms not out of the sockets, but away so you feel the stretch on the top of the shoulders. And now we're going to do opposites. Let's take the right hand and that left leg as we inhale up and exhale down. Left hand, right leg, inhale up and exhale down. Again, right to left and down. Left to right and down. One more time, right to left and down. And last time, left to right. And down. Whew. Let's bring our arms into cactus. Take several breaths here. Line up your arms so you've got nice square corners. Come up to the fingertips. Draw your forearms off the mat. If you know that the standard one is too shallow, you may want to take your hands a little bit further out. We're trying for mid-back as we inhale up. And exhale down. We're going to try that one more time. Now inhale up. And exhale down. Let's slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes. Working from the toes or the knees, whichever best serves you. And we're trying to do 0 to 5 tricep push-ups with or without me. Inhale 1 and down. 2 and down. 3 and down. 4 and down. Last one. 5, knees down, pressed back to child pose. Relax. Support your head. I tend to use blocks or my fist. Or if I'm feeling really flexible, I'll bring my head all the way down to the mat. Whew. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, let's press ourselves up to our knees, hands on hips. Let's try our, what I call floor exercises. Let's bring that left foot forward. Make sure you've spread those toes, you get nice support. Left knee over left ankle, curl the toes on the right foot, press back to that right heel to stretch the fascia. Then take the right hand to that left knee, sweep that left arm back, shoulder height, and twist to the left, looking back at that left finger if possible. This is the hitchhiker. On the exhale, release that left arm down as you reach forward. Reach up with both arms now, like you're going to catch a baby or reach the top shelf. Keep that right hip over the knee. On the exhale, let's bring both hands down to the mat. Ground that right hand, setting up for the inside twist as we inhale, left arm up for the twist. On the exhale, bringing that left arm down, now taking both hands as we inhale, both arms up to the sky, exalted warrior. And on the exhale, placing the hands back down to the hips, taking the left knee back, bringing the right knee forward, now setting up to the other side. Again, make sure those toes are spread nice and wide on that right foot. Bring the knee over the ankle. Curl the toes on that left foot. Press back through that left heel. To take the left hand to that right knee, sweep the right arm back to shoulder height, twisting to the right, or hitchhiker on the other side. On the exhale, releasing that right arm down as you reach forward and up, catch the baby. On the exhale, bringing that both hands down to the mat, grounding that left hand, setting up for the inside twist as we inhale, right arm up for the twist. Trying to bring that chest to the side. On the exhale, bring that right arm down. Now taking both hands as we inhale up for Exalted Warrior. On the next exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Bring that right knee back. Then reaching down with both hands. Let's rock back to our feet, or the balls of our feet. Keep the hands on the mat, on the fingertips, and then inhale the hips up as high as you can, still holding on to the mat. And exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Now draw the hands from the mat, come up halfway. Lengthen through the back, the crown of your head. Straighten the legs. On the next inhale, slide the hands up to the hips, bend the knees, press through the heels, round up carefully, releasing the hands to the sides, and then walking that off. We made it. We're standing. Woo. Hopefully you're not out of breath. But let's take several deep breaths. Now coming to the top of your mat, let's bring the arms across the heart and inhale up, reach for the sky. Turn the palms out, exhale, press down. Again, inhale up and exhale down, just like a plie, but we're not moving our lower half. Inhale up and exhale down. Last one, we're going to hold up there. Inhale up and hold. Let's take it out to a wide V. Now today, I want you to really get those hips out to one side. So let's inhale up to reach, and then take the arms over to the left, but the hips go way to the right. And inhale back to center. Get reset up. Let's try the other side. Take it to the right. Take the hips to the left. And back to center. Again to the left. And back to center. And last time to the right. And back to center. Taking the arms and bringing them down and sweeping them behind you. Roll the shoulders up and back. Try to interlace your hands. And then we're going to come into a half fold. Try to take those hands up to the sky. Now remember, we're only going in half. So your head should be level into a half fold. You're looking straight down, not back at your knees. On the next exhale, release the hands. Let them dangle down in front of you. Then bend the knees, press through the heels, round up carefully. Rolling the shoulders up and back. Very good. Let's try some balancing. Today, let's start off with dancer. Now, dancer has a lot of in-between poses, and you can choose to just do that. For dancer, what we're wanting to do is start from a mountain pose, move that energy to the left hip, and as the first step, keeping the knees together, just bring that right heel up to the right hand. Can you do that? Or do you have to bend over to reach it? Try to stand there like that. Then inhale the arm up. Well, that worked out really well. Yeah, hang on to something. That will help you. So inhale the arm up, stabilize there. No. I'm going to have to hang on there. Once you have your arm up, Then try to draw that knee back and up, at the same time keeping the chest forward. Notice how hard it is to get that knee up and to the back. The more you drive it back, the more you want to come into a half fold. You have to kind of fight that with the back bend to stay upright. On the next exhale, let's release that. Walk that off. Try the other side. So work at your level, whatever that might be. Let's move that energy to the right hip. Again, first task, leaving the knees together and just simply bringing the heel up to your hand. You may have to reach down. Stabilize there. Now start to draw that knee back. At the same time, bring the chest forward and up. Remember, the more you bring that knee up, you want to come forward. Try to fight that by keeping the chest up. Maybe reaching that arm up in the air. Whoops. 2 more breaths. On the next exhale, let's release that. Dancers are very difficult because they have several challenges involved. Come back to your mat. Bring the hands to the hips. Move the energy to the left hip. Slide that right foot forward. Actually slide it to where you're pointing just so the ball of your foot is on the floor. So this is going to be a balancing with motion as we inhale the foot up, flex that foot as you bring it up, and then as you exhale, lower down carefully. Again, inhale up, and exhale down. Last one, inhale up, and exhale down. Again, holding on to something, you're going to be able to get a little bit deeper. You're going to feel the stretch a little bit more. So don't be afraid to hang on. Again, let's move that energy to that right hip. Slide that left foot forward. Tippy toe. Now inhale, flex as you bring it up. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale down. Very good. Walk that off. Last one will be on the tippy toes. So we want to get your feet spread. Optimally, we would like to see it in mountain pose, but for a lot of us, we need to come just a tad wider. Make sure the feet are parallel. And you check for parallel, not by the edges, but by the second toe in the middle of the heel. That's how we get our feet parallel. Now inhale the arms up to the sky. Interlace the hands. Soften. Turn them out into palm. Go ahead and reach up again. And now come up to the balls of your feet. Try to be here for 3 to 4 breaths. On the exhale, come, bring the heels down. Let's try it again. Inhale up, and 2, and 3, and 4, and down. Last one. Inhale up, and 2, and 3, and 4. Bring the heels down, release your hands. Bring them down by your side. Roll the shoulders up and back. Again, shoulders up and back. All right, coming to the top of your mat again. Leading the left foot forward, take the right foot back into warrior one. So that means the hips are forward. Hands are on the hips. Bring that left knee over that left ankle. Now, ideally, they want heel to heel, but I found I don't feel stable or safe, so I separate the heels out a little bit. You know, you test for yourself. The right foot should be parallel or turned slightly forward. Nice long leg, don't bend at the knee, keep it nice and long. Take 2 breaths here, and then try to just comfortably settle into it. You know, feel that stretch through the groin and the hips. Hips are forward. Now release the hands from the hips and inhale them up to the sky. Really reach. It almost, on Warrior One, you come into like a quasi back bend. You're not going deep here. You're just bringing the chin up. The gaze is where the ceiling meets the wall. So you're not really looking too far back or bending too far back. Trying to get comfortable here. Then bringing the palms together. Bring them to heart center. Now let's try a twist to the left as we bring our right shoulder or right elbow to that left knee. Trying to bring our chest to the side and our gaze to the side or up to the ceiling. Be aware of that right foot. You want to make sure you keep it grounded. On the inhale, bring it back. Bring the hands to the hips. Straighten the leading leg. Now draw that right foot in close enough so you can turn that right foot forward. We're setting up for pyramid. And for pyramid, we want both feet forward so we'll get the right stretch. It's not that you'll get a bad stretch, you just won't get the stretch I'm aiming for. So you gotta have both feet forward and then slowly come into a half fold, maybe run your hands down the leg. Check in on both feet, make sure they're evenly distributed. You got weight on both feet. And then maybe go down a little bit deeper. Using blocks or other props. Be careful of that right knee. The tendency is for you to bend that right knee. You want to press that right heel back so you get a nice contact, keeping that right leg long. Just don't go as deep. It's a hamstring stretch for the left side. You should feel that. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, walk yourself up. You bring the torso back over the hips. And then step forward with that right foot. Walk that off a little bit. Then again from the top, let's go ahead and leave the right foot forward. Take the left leg back. Keep the hips pointed forward. Again, that left foot should be parallel or turn slightly forward. Notice with your hands on the hip, you can get a feel for how close you are to the hip forward. Just experiment. You may have to change the separation of your feet, whatever it takes. Get a nice, sturdy, and comfortable position. And now soften into it a little bit so you can feel that weight just come into the legs. Then release the hands from the hips. Inhale up to the sky for Warrior One. Then bring the palms together. Bring them to heart center as we try our twist to the right. Taking that left elbow to the knee or that left shoulder, depending on your level of flexibility. Be aware of that left leg. Press back to that left foot. You want to keep it long and grounded. On the next inhale, coming back, replacing the hands on the hips. Draw that left foot forward, close enough so you can turn it forward. So both feet are pointed forward, setting up for pyramid. Again, press back to that left foot. Make sure you stay grounded. Let's go ahead and fold halfway. Maybe running our hands down or above or below the knee. Testing how this feels. And then going as deep as you feel comfortable. Keeping both legs long. Try not to bend at the knees. Just don't go as deep. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, slide the hands back up to your hips. Bring the torso back over the hips. Then step forward with that left foot and walk that out. Oh boy. All right. Time for salutations. Woo-hoo. So at the top of your mat, arms across the heart. Inhale up, reach for the sky. Exhale, swan dive down all the way as deep as you can. Then inhale halfway. Lengthen the back, reach out with the crown of your head. Then exhale, fold again all the way. Then inhale all the way up, reaching for the sky. Exhale to a back bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale, press down. Let's try it again. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Fold again. Then inhale all the way up. Exhale to a back bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale, press down. Last one, we're going to stay for the inversion. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Coming into ragdoll or gorilla. Like so or like so. Or any other way that allows you to stay here with your head below your heart for 5 or 6 breaths. So maybe soften the knees. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, let's come up halfway, lengthen the back. Bring your head above your heart. Then slide the hands up to the hips, bend the knees, press through the heels, round up carefully. Again, arms across the heart. Inhale up, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold, reach down to the mat. Take the left knee back and the right knee back. And come around into a seated pose. Legs out in front in staff. Let's draw that right knee into the chest. We're going to do our twist. Let's take it to the outside. Sweeping the right arm back to help us sit tall. Inhaling the left arm up and to the outside, tucking the tummy and twisting to the right. On the next exhale, let's release that side. Let's try the other side. Extend that right leg out to the mat. Flex the right foot. Drawing the left knee into the chest, nice and close. And taking that foot to the outside if you can keep it flat. Sweeping the left arm back to help you sit tall. Inhaling the right arm up and to the outside, tucking the tummy and twisting to the left. On the next exhale, releasing that side, bringing both legs out in front. Then drawing the feet together into our bound angle, a groin stretch. Sitting tall, try not to round with the shoulders forward, keep them down. Sit tall, and then just lean forward from the hips. You'll feel it. On the next exhale, let's release that. Let's bring both legs out in front for our final fold as we inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. See what progress we made today. Am I any closer? Two more breaths. On the next exhale, let's release that. Inhale the arms up, big last stretch, and press down. Very good. We're coming down to the mat to do our keyhole pose. If you prefer to do pigeon, you may choose to do that, but I'll be doing the keyhole pose. So on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Get yourself comfortable. Make sure the hips are grounded, head, neck, and shoulder all relaxed. No elevation, unless you know already that if you elevate your head maybe an inch, you won't have that tightness around the ears and the jaw. Now let's go ahead and take our right ankle just above the left knee. Flex that right foot, reach down, grab that left leg, bring the left knee forward. Quite the challenge. You can use a block to accomplish the same thing. Three more breaths. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Let's go ahead and take that left ankle just above the right knee, flex that left foot. Make sure our hips stay grounded. And reach on down, grab that right leg, bring the right knee forward, flexing the right foot. Two more breaths. On the next exhale, let's release that side. Let's everyone come on down to the back, knees bent, feet flat. When you've arrived, go ahead and draw both knees into the chest and hug them. Maybe roll around a little bit. Bring the feet and knees together. Now release the knees to arm's length, just placing the palm of your hand on each kneecap. And then just stir the pot. That's going to release the low back. Try it in both directions a couple times. Then come into stillness. Release that left leg out to the mat, flex the left foot. Draw that right knee in even closer now. And let's switch sides. Draw the left knee into the chest. Extend that right leg out to the mat. Flex the right foot. On the next exhale, releasing that left foot out to the mat. Coming into corpse pose. Remember as we started, So let the feet out naturally. If you found that elevating your knees a little bit, which I always do, I like to use a small bolster. Makes it even more comfortable. Then cover your eyes with an eye pillow or sleeve or whatever it takes to help your body relax and be fidget free for 4 or 5 minutes. Let's start becoming aware once again. Small movements with our toes or fingers, just gently bringing us back into the moment. And when you're ready, bending your knees and rolling to one side. Taking your time here while you're on your side to give your heart a break. Taking several breaths. And then continue rolling so you can use both hands to press yourself up to a seated position. Any seated position is fine. We made it. Let's bring hands to heart center for one more breath. Inhale up and exhale down. A gentle bow. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you everyone for coming.